Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
Gervonna Ragland joining us here again. She's like my idol. DulyOrganize.com is the website. She is a professional organizer, and Duly Organize is the name of her company. She's based out of Bloomfield, New Jersey, but she also offers virtual services to help those get organized. Welcome to the show again. How are you?
I'm doing well. How about yourself? How are you feeling?
I'm feeling a lot better. I'm dealing with a tendonitis, arthritis, carpal tunnel. I've been doing PT. So that's feeling okay. Mental stress still over my pals and organization I don't have time for, but health had a, takes you got to put that on the back burner, which I've been for so long. So the
Mhm.
mental stress is still there, but the physical stress is feeling better. The hernias are still there. I'm having surgery next month. So, I mean, I'm trying to learn to breathe, and that's
Mhm.
a good thing. Got my nails done. I did something for myself. So that's it. I am feeling okay.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Awesome.
And what about you?
I'm doing all right. I can't complain.
Great.
I'm loving this weather. Not too hot, not too cold, no smoke. I'm
I was gonna
good.
say no smoke. Yeah, that was a disaster last week. So, as a professional organizer, just explain, give us an overview of the types of things you do.
Ooh, I do it all. I help closets, basements, attics, bedrooms, linen closets, bathrooms, kitchens. You name it, we help you organize it. Even if
Uh,
you don't think it's something that can be organized, we'll figure it out. We'll find a way to organize it for you.
Awesome. And what did you have in mind for us today? What aspect of organization?
Everybody has one, right? Unless you live in a little tiny apartment, you know, but closets. Closets today, I want to talk about closets because closets are a lot of people's biggest challenge because they are so limited in space. And most of us have more stuff than we have closets. We have more clothes than we have closets. And so I want to talk about closets today, how we can maximize our space in our closets or um, just make the best use even of our wardrobes, right? Because when things are cluttered in there, we can't see them.
Yeah,
So if we can't see them, we don't wear them.
it's so true. So, where do you start?
Well, I like to start by taking everything out. Take everything out of your closet. And when I do a client's closet, even when I do mine, I have hanging racks
Mm-hmm.
where everything on hangers, I will hang on these racks because it makes it so much easier for you to sort through, to declutter the clothing, and you can really get a good look at the stuff that you wear and the stuff that you don't wear, and it helps you make decisions. So if you can get a couple of those foldable clothes racks, put your clothes on there and just go through them and just start getting rid of the stuff that you no longer wear, keep the stuff you love. Um, and even things that just don't suit your style anymore. As we age, as we grow, our tastes change, and if that's no longer in your taste and in your style profile, get rid of it.
How do you help someone with attachment issues? Because a lot of us are attached to our wardrobe and we wore this at a certain time, wore that. What if I need it in the future? Is there like a rule of thumb for how long you don't wear something? It's got to go.
I say with certain things there's not a rule. Let's say formal wear, you're not going to wear that every year, but maybe once in a while somebody will have that event that you can maybe pull that out if you haven't worn it to the last event, right? That the same group of people are going to be at. My rule of thumb for that a lot of times is size. What condition of the garment? Of course, if it doesn't look good, you're not going to put it on. So why keep it? Also, the size. If it is a size that is unrealistic that you are going to get back into in the next, I'll give you a year, because some of us, we go on our diets, whatever. In a year, it might be best to let someone else maybe enjoy that piece of clothing. I mean, I'll use myself for instance. I don't think I will ever be a size 6 or a size 8 again in this lifetime. And if I am, it might be some very tragic situations or events that are going on that's causing that to happen, especially as I age. So depending on the size, if it's an unrealistic goal and we have to be honest with ourselves, we may need to let it go, because now it's just, it may cause us a little anxiety, a little depression, because we're like, we can't get into that dress or that pair of pants or that whatever. The other thing is, like I said, does it still fit your style? Is it something that now you're 45 and you wore it when you were 25? Should you still be wearing it at 45? Some of us can, some of us probably shouldn't. And then you can, remove that from your wardrobe. If it's just not your style anymore, you liked bootcut jeans, but now you hate bootcut jeans. Do you want to keep them in your wardrobe if you know you're never going to wear them again? So those are some of the things I kind of take clients through. When I work with clients that have attachment issues with their clothing, we'll have that discussion. I'll have that discussion with them, ask them how they really feel about it, and they can tell me about their piece of clothing. I had one client, everything we went through in her closet, she had to tell me about the item.
You told me about that, yeah?
Yeah, where she wore it, how she felt when she wore it. And then we looked at it, well, does it still fit? Do you still feel the same way? And then eventually she went from, I'm not getting rid of anything in my closet, to getting rid of probably like 20 bags of stuff.
That's impressive. I got to find out though, what is the secret to organizing a closet? Are we color organizing? Are we doing spring wardrobe like seasons, or is it pants on one side? Like, what is the overall goal? Give us some tips.
It depends on the individual. Like, I know some who like to group their outfits together because they know they wear pretty much the same things together all the time. So that works for them, so that when they're getting ready, they can grab that outfit, they could put it on there out the door. I typically, when I organize someone, I like to organize by item. So I'll put your skirts together, your dresses together, your shirts together, jeans, pants, what have you. I group by category. And then within the category, I color coordinate your items so that you can find what you're looking for. So if I want my black sweater, it'll be in this section of the closet. If I know I want a pair of pants, it'll be in that section of the closet. And depending on what you wear most, so if you're a person who goes out, let's say to an office, and you wear skirts and blouses to work more than you wear pants, I'll group like your skirts and your blouses close together to the front of the closet, so that when you go in, that's the first thing you're going to find. And I find that helps when you're getting ready. If you know that's what you're going to go to, you know where to go in your closet, and it makes getting ready so simple.
I like that. But now what about, okay, is it better to have areas in your closet to fold stuff? Some people don't. I don't. But like hangers. Talk to me about the hangers in space, because I think I shared this with you a while ago. I got rid of all my plastic hangers, and all I use is dry cleaning hangers now, because they're the thinnest that I have. So all metal, ugly hangers, but because I can fit more stuff in. Tell me your suggestion on that. Oh, and Gervonna. Hello, hello. Hello? Looks like we may have lost you. Got stuck 1 second. Gervonna, we'll take a quick break until we get you back.
Hey everybody, my name is Ralph Graves Jr. I'm the host of the Ralph Graves Jr. Show, and I want to invite you to pick up my book, Unstoppable. I wrote a book called Unstoppable. It's 7 universal laws that will transform how you pursue and achieve success. The one thing that my 20 years of law enforcement has taught me is that no matter who you are, we are all governed by universal laws, like gravity. But in this book, we're going to talk about laws like the law of forgiveness, laws like the law of control, the law of intelligent practice, the law of expectancy. I was able to see how those, no matter what their background was, those who identified and treated these laws with respect, they were able to go on and lead successful lives. So pick up this book, and you can go ahead and pick it up at Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com, RalphGravesJr.com, where anywhere where fine books are sold. Thank you.
There are 7.7 billion people on Earth today. 40% of these people are under the age of 25. Young adults are the most fertile mission field in the world today. In Scripture, we see Jesus pouring his life into 12 young adults who he equipped to change the world and all of history. Like Jesus, we believe that the best approach to reach the world with the gospel is to invest in young, emerging leaders and equip them to build disciple-making movements. Concentric is the notion of surrounding and sharing a common center. Our center is the model and strategy of Jesus for both leadership development and ministry formation. As a global alliance, we provide equipping in biblical leadership based on Jesus' example in the New Testament. Jesus modeled for us how to make disciples that reproduce. Focusing on leadership development is key to creating movements that spread the gospel and Jesus' disciple-making strategy to young leaders around the globe. Our Ministry Alliance partners are actively equipping leaders and building movements of multiplication that reproduce the life of Christ. Join us today to equip young leaders with Jesus' strategy that will change cities and nations.
The session that we had with BCAT was really entertaining and enlightening. We were able to put together some very specific steps that we as individuals can take, and it was really fun to all come together and see sort of where we're going as a team and how we can all get there together.
We had a tremendous experience with the BCAP partners. One of the challenges that we have as an organization is to make sure that we have the right people in the right chairs doing the right thing. To do that well, you have to have synergy. You can try to dream up ways to make sure that your group does that, or you can rely on experts. We would recommend BCAP partners to anybody who's looking to take their organization to the next level.
Academy Sedan and Limo is a full-service transportation company serving the Philadelphia metropolitan area with full knowledge of the New York City, Baltimore, and Washington, D.C. areas. We pride ourselves on being the most dependable, conscientious company in the industry. Our always on-time service and dependable pricing make us the company to call for any event or occasion. Our vehicles can accommodate any size party for any occasion. Our vehicles range from four-door sedans to SUVs to minivans to limo buses to full-size tour buses and can accommodate groups of 2 to 100. We offer airport shuttle service or over-the-road service without limitation regarding mileage or time, and no drive is too long or too far. So if you find yourself in need of transportation of any type with any vehicle, give us a call at 610-842-4564 and let us show you what a real transportation company can do for you.
Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes? B, console her?
Don't worry, sweetie. This is gonna happen a lot.
Or C, find her a new boyfriend?
Nice, single boys. That was weird.
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
There we go. Gervonna Ragland joining us. We had a long hiatus there. Yes, some connection issues. Glad you were back. Can you hear me?
I'm back and I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can. Thank you. Yeah, I guess stuff happens, but glad you're able to reconnect. We were talking closets. I
Yes.
forgot where we left off at this point. I've been too frantic. Why is she coming back? Play a commercial. Tell us.
Hangers. We were talking about hangers. I don't particularly care for dry clear wire hangers, but I will say they are in my closet because my husband takes his shirts and it's just easier for him to put them back on that hanger. So I tolerate them.
Got it.
And it's, to each person's preference, because I do have a lot of male clients, well, not a lot of male clients, but a couple of male clients who they don't want to change their hangers for that reasons. When they put their shirts into the dry cleaner, get them laundered, and they come back, they don't want to have to change hangers and, put them back. And I get it. But my thing with hangers is always get the hanger for the job that you want it to do. So if you have suits, men's suits in your closet, use suit hangers. They're made specifically for that, so that your jackets hang nicely, your pants don't slide off and fall on the floor. I like skirt hangers. When I'm hanging skirts, in my closet now, I have wooden skirt hangers that I actually like a lot. For my regular stuff, I like those little thin velvet hangers, but it's really up to each individual person. Like, you hated the plastic hangers, so you got rid of them and you went to kind of what works for you. But as long as you keep things neat and orderly, it's gonna be fine. As long as the garment isn't too heavy for the hanger, where it slides off, and falls on the floor, it'll be okay. It'll still serve the purpose of being able to get you in there, get what you need, and get out the door in the shortest period of time.
Got it. Well, what do you recommend? I mean, what are the specific types of hangers,
Mine are velvet. I love the velvet hangers. Like I said, I don't know brands.
I was gonna say, yeah, so
I
velvet only. Okay. Okay. Okay, yeah.
And I like those because things don't slide off. So if you have like silky shirts, sometimes you have in the closet, they don't slide onto the floor. There's a certain way I like to hang my sweaters, and it grips the sweaters nicely so that they drape nicely on the hanger. Like I said, wooden suit hangers, I do like for men's suits. The same with men's pants. With my husband's slacks, I hang them on wooden hangers. In my coat closet, I like coat hangers. So for whatever I'm hanging, I try to pick the hanger that's best for the job. Like I said, brands, I go with the type of hanger that it is, not necessarily a specific brand.
Oh my goodness. Awesome. Wow. What about shoes in the closet? How do we organize shoes? Oh,
Shoes, especially for us ladies, can be complicated, right? There was a time where I stacked all my shoe boxes in my closet, because it was easy. But then when it came to like finding the shoes, it made it a little easier. But then as I got rid of shoes during the pandemic and a little bit prior, for me, I currently now use oversized drawers that I put in the bottom of my closet. They're big plastic drawers, and I put my shoes by season, but I put them in pairs. They're nice and neat in pairs. I put it by season, like if is it a summer shoe, is it a platform shoe, is it a flat casual, is it a boot? And I try to put them together. And I do still have a few that are in their shoe boxes just because they might be suede, and I don't want the fabric and things to get messed up. But shoes are definitely a challenge in the closet. And when I approach a closet with a person in their shoes, it really depends on the space that they have available, and we'll try to figure out solutions for them. Some people, you can put a thing over the door, they don't have very many shoes, so that'll work. Some, stacking them in the boxes will work. But it really all depends on how many shoes you have and what you're really working with in your closet. But shoes, I will say, are the most challenging in the closet, especially if you have a whole lot and you only have that one closet.
oh, well, you know what? I still have old school, probably 30 years old, well, maybe 20 years old, those shoe cubes that are falling apart, but like old, like, and the shoe, one shoe, because I wear high heels. Well, I used to. They don't even fit. It just, and you try to squish them in.
I'll send you a product that I just put in for one of my clients. It's a shoe box. It's still a shoe cube. They stack nicely, and they're big enough. They're tall enough for high heels.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
and
you.
I use those too with some, for some applications, because they do look nice. You can see your shoes,
Oh,
and
wow.
yeah. So I'll send you what I actually recommended and put in for her.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Can't hurt. Oh my
Um,
gosh. Awesome. What
Especially if
else
they're
is in
falling
a,
apart, it's
mhm.
time to
Yeah.
rejuve that.
So shoes, clothes. What else is in a closet normally? Or don't ask
We
what's in my
we
closet. That's not normal.
I know my husband has sweaters in his closet, and we have t-shirts in our closet, but we have a shelf that my father built years ago. It was a bookshelf, but when we got married and moved in here, it was able to fit in the closet. So I repurposed it as a shelf for our clothing. So folding t-shirts and jeans and putting them on the shelves works pretty good for us. We also have bins, like for my sweatpants and my things like that. I have bins that I put on the top of the closet for his summer clothes, his summer shorts and things like that. So we tend to keep all our seasons together. We don't really separate our seasons because our closet has enough space for that. And if your closet does have enough space for that, I recommend to keep it separate. Keep your summer and your winter, separate. But nice bins and baskets for like your shorts, maybe some of your sweaters, and make sure you label them so you know what they are, so you don't have to pull everything down. Is very helpful. But just taking a little detour though, when you talk, and I just said about seasons, we kind of keep ours together. But there are some people who do change their seasons out because their closet space just doesn't allow them to keep the seasons together.
Yep.
And the thing I recommend with that is the same thing. When you pull that season out, go through it. Get rid of the things you didn't wear that season that you wanted to wear, but you're like, it doesn't really suit me anymore. Get rid of it. And then every season, as you cycle through your clothes and you change out your seasons, at the end of the season, go through it. See what you didn't wear. See what you thought maybe you would wear, but then when you pulled it out, you're like, I really don't like this. And then just start moving through those things, getting those things out of your closet. And then a nice way to store them, as I said before, I like to use the vacuum bags, the nice compression bags that then you could put your things in and it'll take up a lot less space.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you. I'm sorry we're out of time.
Okay.
How do we reach you?
Oh, you can reach me via telephone. I can be reached at 862-621-9231. And you can also message me on Instagram at dulyorganized.com. And I'm also on Facebook if you want to look for me there as well.
Thank you so much. So excited to have you. Have a fantastic day.
Thank
And to all of our listeners, thank you. Please stay tuned. More of the show's on the way.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers.
Day-to-day simple tasks can become pretty daunting.
I have to carry my chair up 2 flights of steps or have somebody do it for me.
What scares me the most is just the falling.
When I'm struggling with my house, I think, to have that one great barrier just knocked down, it's crucial.
Home for Our Troops is a wonderful nonprofit that builds a
mortgage-free, fully adaptive, handicap-accessible house.
And there's no catch.
It'll be our very first home that we've ever owned. This is a game changer.
This is where your life begins again.
We need you to join us in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Because of you, everything's going to be okay.